Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Frostpunk Let's Play, as we're starting a brand new scenario with the last autumn. Now this is probably the most interesting scenario in the game in my opinion, because we're not playing in the frozen cold. We're going back in time. This is a prequel mission, where the Empire is collapsing under the strain of the climate catastrophes, yet no one is ready to admit it openly. A secret project to build the generators is put into motion. So we are undertaking the task of building these generators that will be used by all future scenarios, which is what we've been playing. And we're going to a time when temperatures are in the human survival, ranges that we have today. Positive temperatures, can you believe that? So this will be quite exciting and interesting. I think the scenario is going to be very different in terms of what technologies we can research, what type of buildings we can build, and it's just going to be very different, a fresh look at the game. And I believe this is one of the DLCs as well, so we'll probably get a nice cutscene to open things up. As always, we're just going to stick to the medium difficulties. I know we've been doing fairly well. I think for the last one, the Fall Winter Home, we did struggle a little bit in terms of completing it, perfectly. Which is nice. We didn't know you need that much steel, and if we go back to it in the future, we can easily, build more steel works earlier on to make sure we have enough steel at the end. But that's the challenge of these games. It's no fun if we're prepared. So let's just go with the medium. We're gonna finish up all the scenarios. There's only 2 more, and then we're gonna up the difficulties. And I want to really revisit the first main story mission, because that's the one that we really stumbled when we first played the game for the first time. So we'll go back and redeem ourselves there. For the time being, let's start this scenario.
Personal Journal of Euphemia McLaughlin, Assistant Engineer at Imperial Exploration Company. It's been 5 weeks since we have left the familiar walls of Birmingham behind. Weeks of uncertainty, of struggle, of hope. And finally, we have reached the shores. We had 3 deaths so far. Or small price for progress, as IEC called it. I can only hope I am going to avoid their fate. They've claimed there was nothing to fear, that this whole journey of ours was just a precaution. But now, it feels like the weather is changing. And the winter seems inevitable.
Alrighty, that was nice. So the last autumn, we crossed the rough northern seas to reach Site 113, where we are to build the greatest marvel of technology, a generator. Your crew, lured by the promise of a steady job and eager to leave the work riots and bread queues behind, are somewhat taken aback at the sight of the desolate landscape surrounding the site. They were told not to ask for details, and there's no turning back now. There's no consensus why this contract has such a high priority, considering the exhilarating situation of the Empire, but your superiors are clear. This is the most important job of your life. So I believe the game is set in, Victorian England, so we're talking about the Great Britain Empire, and we are, dealing with a climate crisis where we have to build these generators for, as we can see, very, very harsh winter. So for Queen and Country. Wow, green. Didn't know they had this color palette in this game. Alright, basic facilities. Before you can start building the generator, you have to set up the basic supply infrastructure. This means building docks and gathering the resources piling up by them. You will also need raw food source, the fishing harbor, or a forager camp set up by a food source somewhere in the plains. Okay, let's take a look at everything. This is all very different. So we're at a bay, right? This feels like places for harbors, pretty deep water, nice little inlet. We have a shipwreck that we cannot gather right now, but 1,000 steel in that shipwreck. And I'm guessing we can cut down trees. And we also have supplies, right? Stockpile is actually not surrounding the generator, which is interesting. Well, technically we don't have a generator. It's 10 degrees Celsius. That's warm. Actually warm. Actually, you know, it's like cold fall weather, but for what we see in the game, it's warm. 52 steel, 145, 145, 52. Okay, we have 2 piles of steel, 2 piles of wood, 3 steam cores, and that seems to be it. We have 90 people with us, 75 workers, 15 engineers, and no houses for any of them. So let's see, resource-wise, no coal, because we don't really need coal. Also no coal piles. Raw food. Ooh, there's a lot of new stuff. Right, steam exchanger, steel composites, structural profiles. So material for building this generator, I guess. If we take a look at Book of Law, it's now administration. Find ways to keep your people healthy, fed, and motivated. Let's take a peek. A bathhouse. Protect them from sickness by promoting cleanliness and healthy habits. We gotta build a bathhouse. People who live near level 5. Ooh. What is this? Geothermal bath? People living near working bathhouse are less likely to fall ill. Motivation will rise slightly. You have to build a bathhouse. Okay, that leads to crowded quarters or comfortable quarters, a choice. Basically how densely people sleep. A hearty meal. Tastier, more nutritious. So I guess it's just like a recipe that cooks a little bit less, I guess, or gruel. So you get less from the raw food or more from the raw food, I guess. Public house, we're quite familiar with this one, leading to house of pleasures and bare knuckle bouts. So probably dueling, similar to dueling. A chapel. Raise their motivation. So it's not longer hope and discontent, I feel like. I feel like it's motivation and maybe something else. Evening prayers. On-site burials. No disease. Decreased motivation. Or we bring the body back, I guess. Rest in English soil. Where did we go, right? If they're leaving England and they're sailing to non-English soil, I'm assuming English is used loosely here. It's not just like, you know, we're in Scotland or something like that. But are we in like Iceland? No idea. All right, ceremonial funerals, company funerals. Cost wood, and you have to build a morgue to basically box the body up, I guess. Sustain life or hospital, this is the same. This stuff we're very familiar with. Okay. Feels very interesting. Let's look at the buildings. We don't have to decide now, although I think I would like want to pick one early on. Because obviously it's timed. Our economy... There are... Where are the coal? Apparently there's coal piles. They're right here. 2,000 coal in this huge coal pile. There might be another one looking at this. Right, there seems to be 2. Right, the shipwreck. Okay, it's very similar the rest of the way. Wood is probably the thing we need first. Research and build dock. Okay, so research might be the first thing we need. Workshop. Too close to the generator. Wait, did I notice roads or no? Oh, there's still roads. Okay. Huh. Oh, this is a lot of unknown. Do we need to worry about potential heating in the future, for example? Oh, I see the other coal. The other coal's right here. Well, I don't want to build into the wood in case we have to do chop work. So I'm guessing all the housing has to be away from... Oh yeah, okay. I'm guessing this would be like a harbor zone. This looks flat enough for a lot of things, but I don't know if I want to concentrate a lot of things. We can always move it. That's true. So, what about road though? Do we just lead out here? I guess we just lead out, no problem. Not adjacent to street, yeah. That's like the only thing. Also this building that's ready there. Okay, I'm too conflicted about something that's probably not too important. Alright, that looks good. And we want to gather wood in large numbers, so either we just... Oh, we don't have resources anymore. Alright, let's get that done. And send 15 here, 15 here. I'm guessing we're gonna need steel. Steam core might be a bit early. Yeah, let's just work on wood and steel for now. 15 extra. The engineers can take care of themselves. 10 engineers build, 5 engineers go in. Let's get things started. And this is the motivation, it seems. We want to build an active fishing harbor or set up a forager camp. Gather resources piled up by the docks. Is this the docks? Is there... Like, I don't have a dock right now, I guess. And we need houses, but... Ruling meal, public houses, hearty meal, chapel. I like the fact that people don't get sick. Because right now it's not cold, right? It's cleanliness. We'll have to build this in a few days. It's a lot of resources, to be honest. I'm always for sustained life. Let's just start something that I know I'm going to need in the future. And obviously it will boost motivation. Let's check out the new tree. Alright, profile manufacturer. So this builds stuff that we would need to build the generator. Voyager, quarter, resources would be docks. Faster gatherings, usually my default go-to one. Yeah, I think we can go here. It's a little bit, it's gonna slow us down here, but there's like 8 days to get these done. So I'm gonna start with that. And then we have 10 engineers not doing anything. First steps, word of advice. Sir, our employer, the Imperial Exploration Company, IEC, has prepared the site for us. Besides digging the enormous shaft for the underground part of the generator, they left some construction material behind to get us started. Okay. So we got to clear the area around the shaft to make space for construction. So all the construction buildings will go inside, I'm guessing. So it means like we want to gather stuff like this. Only workers can work on these, apparently. So our precious engineers right now have nothing to do. I'm tempted to build multiple workshops just to speed up research. It doesn't cost a lot. And I think I have enough wood to cover both. Yep. Let's do it. No one has homes, but like, it's not cold. You guys can sleep on the ground. Alright, just to speed up that research. Alright, faster gathering online. And I think this gives us shipping material unload. Food, as they mentioned, is pretty important. So let's get some food up. I don't see any like fishing harbor on the research. It might be late into it. Idle hands. As the first workday ends, people start gathering in small groups to chat or play cards. A couple workers throwing rocks down the huge central shaft. Deep, ain't it? And to think we have to work down there. Out of boredom, or maybe to exercise their fears, more workers join in. Soon, rocks start raining down the hole. This might be dangerous, but the camp offers very little other entertainment. Stop them. Grow up. Next thing you know, they'll be start peeing down the hole. You guys are gonna work there. We need to get them some housing. Work day's over, so you know they're free. Let's see. Maybe we wanted like a separate housing zone. I feel like the harbors are probably gonna go here and there. I'm gonna just put it here, I guess. Although the size. We'll start here. We'll build 4 and use the rest of the wood on the road because there's going to require quite a bit of road. There we go. All right, starting out our housing quarters. No cookhouse? Is there even availability of a cookhouse? Yes, there is. We are not hungry yet, but tomorrow we'll put one up once we get enough wood. Everyone's just bored out of their minds. And we can introduce a new law. Nothing like preparing for death, but then we have to build a morgue, which I don't want to do. I guess it would be the bathhouse. Increase motivation every day. Is there a bonus for motivation right now? I see 2 bars on it. Ah, there's an efficiency modifier. So there's actually a pretty good incentive to keep it high. Okay, I mean, we're starting to cook tomorrow. I'm nothing but a kind boss. Alright, what else are we getting after that? Cocaine pills, right. Nothing like increasing efficiency, like a little bit of cocaine. Alright, we are in the early 19th century. Cocaine was actually prescribed. Right, low risk of death by overdose. I mean, I think World War II? Even one, I think there was like widespread use of certain drugs to keep the soldiers a little bit more motivated. People got a cold sleeping on the ground. We should accommodate. Yes, I will provide shelter for everyone, 2 days, no problem. We're starting to get sick already. That is very unfortunate. You're basically promising 50 wood and potentially more. There's no extended shifts here, which is interesting because it feels like the game's logic here is that it's not desperate cold time. Wait, steam core depleted. They actually picked it all up. Wow. Then we have 15 workers who can't work on anything. Oh, coal. They can actually work on the coal. Yeah, go do it then, because there's no reason for them to just do nothing. What does it gather though? Like, where does it go and gather stuff? Just anywhere? Feels like there's no limitations. How much does this cost? 35 wood. That is quite a lot. We're getting how much wood per day? 88. Okay. So we do need to start cooking. I don't want any more sick too. And then we need to research stuff, which requires wood. Yeah, fishing harbor is in the 2nd tier. Sawmill for more wood seems like something we need right now. I'm not gonna go for more food yet because it looks like, you know, we're gonna be able to cook what we have. Great, we don't have enough wood here. We'll get more wood soon. Yeah, perfect. 5 more. Now we do want to plan for the bathhouse, right? So we kind of want to like stack them a little. Bathhouse in the middle. So leave like a gap there. You guys are going pretty fast. Bring materials for us to grab, so it feels like that's something else we should build. All these trees that we can cut down. We want to cut down so that we can, you know, open up more space to build and stuff. All right. No one's hungry yet. Shelter will be provided soon. The 5 engineers not doing anything can come over here. We're gonna get the bathhouse going. I hope it's the size that fits right there. If not, we'll just put a house there and build a big bathhouse on the 2nd level. It's fine. We have 4 days to build it actually. All right, on to day 3. Maybe a few more sick. Yep, homeless, feeling ill. Yeah, there's always going to be a small issue. Reality check. As the camp wakes up under the dark rain cloud, the mood among our people turns gloomy. Nobody told us we'll be sent to the end of nowhere, they grumbled. There's nothing for us to do here but work. And they're going to stay a while in this remote, cold, miserable place. If you don't keep their motivation up, the efficiency will suffer. Motivation will fall each morning. I mean, we've been on top of it. Public house will probably help in the future. Give them something to drink. Alright, I want to fulfill this first. So all the wood that we do gather in the beginning. First, let's check out this when we can. 40 wood. Alright, sizing it up. Oh, it's bigger than we thought. Right. So, I mean, that's fine. We just adapt by putting it like in the 2nd layer here. And then when we get enough wood, we'll build that forage and the bathhouse. Right, no one's building because everyone's working. You don't have to work. Cookhouse is cooking now. Yeah, there's meals coming out. Medical tents also kind of needed. I can just use that road right there. Ah, so we can build this on the inside. That's going to be more efficient for us, actually. Spare some of the workforce. And that's on the road, too. We don't need that much steel. You guys come help us build. Dock is researched. And we go for... Let's just finish everything up before we go next, because we don't have enough wood to go next yet. I'm gonna tell you guys to stop too, just help us build. Slot 10 men in, slot you guys all out. It'll be slower, obviously, than having people on top of it, but right now, especially given the current situation. Oh, this thing's big. I'm gonna build on this side. 10 guys gonna build us a whole dock. Makes perfect sense. 35 wood. Comfortable quarters, providing them more space, reduce housing capacities. Discontent will fall permanently, motivation will rise slightly, building will only accommodate 8 people. I mean, I don't see why not. As long as we have wood, this is a good way to deal with certain things. But maybe a public house first. Chapel. Go pray. Motivation. It would have to be next to our houses, I believe. I doubt anyone's gonna die. We're not doing cocaine. Not until we get the mission complete for providing everyone. So I think it's this. Public house first. Wait for some road, wood, shelter promise fulfilled, motivation rises. Good, good, good. Bit of more wood. Provide that road. And you guys need a lot of wood now, because everything in the first level is done. Waiting for 50. Come out and help us build. Take care of the sick. Everyone's housed. We need a... What is... Yeah, this is the... This can probably be placed inside. Public house and bath. Which one's going to be required first? 3 days, 3 days. Go ahead, build the bath first. Okay. Oh, we need a foraging team of 15 workers. So they'll basically get supplies periodically to grab. Alright. Need wood. You can go back to work now. We have 30 unemployed. We can slot 5 here for now. No one's picking up coal, which is fine. We're gonna need just basically a lot of wood. So you 30. Yeah, finish up this quickly. Yeah, there we go. So in this new cycle work, we should be fine. Oh, I put them in the wrong place. Telegraph station. Now that we built the basic resource infrastructure, we can set about bringing more people and steam cores from England. To do this, we have to build the telegraph station. Okay, so if we want to get more help, we're going to have to build a telegraph station. Dark galleon resource pile by the dock. Oh, here comes the ships. We get stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pallets of what? What did we get, boys? No idea. Oh, here we... Septics. Oh, you overheard 2 workers arguing with the reality of the global cooling. You really believe this end of the world rubbish? Me, I'm just here for the money. When we're done with this mad scheme, I can move my family out of St. Giles. Well then you are a fool, because you'll all die when the frost come, he turns to you. Ain't it the truth, sir? So the science says. Yeah, of course. Only fools doubt it. If we just like push it really hard with our conviction, we get a little discontent, but motivation will rise more. Well, guess what? I come from the future. We played 4 scenarios. The cold is coming. You guys better get used to it. Production queue. Oh, I have to pick one. Ha! Now we learned. Okay. And not gonna stop down research, because that's the lifeblood of our community here. I finished that mission, so I'm pretty good with going with comfortable quarters. We need to build 3 more houses. Around a bathhouse that will go... Bathhouse will go... I mean, public health doesn't need to be anywhere close, right? Because there's no overlapping bonus for this. So it can be really anywhere. The bathhouse, however, it's like a beacon, but a telegraph station. Okay. 40 wood. We have time. I just want to see like how the overlap would work before we decide it. So we want something like... Can I fit 2 houses there? There's 5 little tiles. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I would want to build 2 houses here, and then I think we're out of room for that. No, we can build this here. I don't think it can be here. That's what I'm thinking. 1, 2. Yeah, it has to be there. Has to be here. Alright, we just need more wood. Alright, those piles are done, which means we have spare workers. Come build this stuff. I actually need 3 houses. There we go. Motivation rising. I need to break that little threshold though. There we go. Now everyone's going to be in comfortable housing as well. And then public health is next, probably tomorrow. New research. Let's see what we can get. Reload station. Allow us to build a reloading station which gather resource piled up at the dock. So basically a little quicker, I guess. Oh, or is it right now we're not actually processing anything? That might be the case. Faster cutting, generator material, protective structures. I think that's too early. We haven't sent out a crew to actually make food yet. I wonder if this will take up one of my harbor slots. Voyagers move faster. You can build 2 quarters and form additional team. I mean, right now everything costs a little bit too much wood. That's, oh, except for sawmill upgrade, which costs steel. Let's do that first then, to not waste any time. All right, he's completely done. There's no more pile up on the inside. Get some resource back. Oh, so we do have wood here. We can send a crew here. We can do a reload station, right? 20 wood. Send a team. It's a scout team. Reindeer tracks. Are we in the western fjord of Iceland? Anyways, let's go. Ah, very interesting. Very different. Which is nice. Let's see. I guess next thing we want to do, aside from the public house, is start getting teams over from England. So that we get more crew. Got a good healthy amount of food. We got a good harbor. We're just trying to load up on wood right now. That seems to be the most urgent. In the future, this will be our unlimited resource basically. I think we'll probably rely on this to get steel and coal, given that there is no iron deposit that I see on the map, aside from this giant steel hulking of a ship, but that seems to be what we need to do. There's plenty of wood to cut, so we can definitely work our way around that. But I think we'll end our episode here, as we have a foothill here on Site 113, and we'll come back next time. So until then, bye!